Hey, what's going on, world? Today me and Kane are back in the Red River Gorge area. Right now we're driving out to the Bison Way trailhead. We're going to take the Bison Way Trail briefly, and then we're going to take the Adena Direct Trail. Sound like Kane's still waking up back there. That's a big old yawn, Kane. But yeah, like I said, we're going to take the Adena Direct Trail up to Adena Arch, check it out. I would take the Bison Way Trail on out to the Sheltowee Trace this morning because I want to check out the Wildflowers, but I don't think they'll really be open this early. The sun isn't really hitting them just yet, so they haven't fully opened probably. But we'll probably come back out that way, let them get some sunlight this morning and afternoon and open up. It'd be nice to finish the hike out that way, I guess. But yeah, we'll go up Adena Direct, up to Adena Arch, then we'll go check out Indian Arch, and then I wanted to swing out the Sheltowee Trace just a little bit to a couple of windows just off the trail, check those out, and then we'll come back, and then if we have time, we'll swing over to the top of Indian Staircase. I don't think we'll go down Indian Staircase. Going up it's one thing, but coming back down it, I really don't like that. It's pretty exposed. Going up it's one thing, like I said, but coming back down it, that's another. But we're gonna keep driving up here to the Bison Way trailhead, get out in the woods, see what we can see today. All right, now let's head out into the woods. Yeah, there's always a nice variety of wildflowers out here along the Bison Way Trail in the spring. It's one of my favorite areas in the gorge in the springtime, especially for the wildflowers. Beautiful. But like I thought, some of them haven't opened up yet, but we'll check those out on the hike back out. But we're almost right here where we're gonna split off, take the Adena Direct Trail, come up these stairs, and then Adena Direct Trail takes us up the hill back there. So let's make this climb up to Adena Arch. All right, and then right here, we're at a fun part. Just a little tree root scramble up. You know, take your shortcut that way and go up. And then I'm gonna make the fun climb up the tree roots. And we'll continue making the climb up to Adena Arch. Thinking Kane will pop out somewhere. Yeah, there he is. But let's make this climb up. All right, now after making that fun climb up, we're gonna go up here along the cliff line, check out Lost Adena Arch. All right, now right here, it's Lost Adena Arch. Very cool arch, kind of hidden away in the cliff line. King! He's going on further out along the cliff line. It's kind of a little cubby hole that goes back in there. Kane's gonna show us. This goes back in there a little bit. Good boy. I like coming in here. Just sit back here in the arch. It's pretty cool. Got a little window there and the big door opening. All right, and then right here coming up on another little kind of scramble up. Cane going up right there, but you kind of come up in this crack, and then you make your way over here. It's a little easier to get up, but either way you go, it's not hard getting up this. Whew. Tons of spider webs out here today. That is one thing I have not missed. Being the first person out on tight trails like this, tons of spider webs, but it's part of it. All right, and right here is the last little scramble up. Again, cane making it look easy, which, I mean, this one ain't bad. It's a little hard to do, just one hand, but we're almost at the top of the ridge now. Beautiful day, beautiful morning. We'll have some great views up here. See some cool arches and plenty of wildflowers along the way. It's gonna be a great day out here. We're making the final push up right here. Cane's already ahead a little bit. It's not wanting to wait for me. Kano! Yeah. That's the final push up. Little bee ain't bothering you. Phew. Almost there. All right. Like I said, beautiful morning out here in the gorge. But from here, let's make our way around to Adena Arch. Alright, now we're out on top of Adena Arch. Really nice views out here. Like I said, beautiful morning. It's a little cloudy, but keeping it kind of cool out here too, so can't really complain. Cane checking out the view. I think we might take a break right up here on top of the arch first, and then drop down into it and check it out. All right, now here we are at Adena Arch. Pretty cool arch. I know I always say it, but this is one of my favorites in the gorge. I'll say that about every arch, every waterfall, every overlook, everything is my favorite. But this one's pretty cool. It's nice to come in here on a sunny day, sit in the shade. You get a nice breeze that flows through here. Nice spot to take a break. Luckily this morning, still a little cloudy. Sun's hiding, so we're catching a break from the sun that way. But I say as the day goes on, that sun's gonna come out more, warm things up more, but that'll be all right. Trees are starting to leaf out pretty good now, so we'll have a nice canopy from the trees, so that'll help on the hike back up. Yeah, beautiful arch right here. All right, now from here at Adena Arch, we're gonna continue on up to the Sheltowee Trace. The Adena Direct Trail is not an official trail. It's a user trail, but it's a very well-worn path up here. The Adena Direct Trail will connect you from the Bison Way Trail down below up to the Sheltowee Trace up here, right by Indian Arch. So if you're looking for a pretty quick shortcut up to Indian Arch, then this is the way to go. Because the other way, going around the Bison Trail, out and around the Sheltowee Trace up to Indian Arch, it's a decent little hike, but not a bad hike, especially this time of year. Like I said, a lot of wildflowers out along the Bison Way and up along through here too. So really nice area for wildflowers. But we're going to continue up to the Sheltowee Trace, go out and check out Indian Arch, and then from there, like I said, we'll go out the Sheltowee Trace a little more to the Sheltowee Trace Windows and check those out as well. Alright, so check this out. Here's a nice little group of lady slippers right here. A little closer look at them. Beautiful. I was hoping to come out here and see some today, and counting what, there's 7 here, and there's another one right over there. And then we saw that one just back a little bit. So that's 9 lady slippers so far. So off to a good start, I'd say. Alright, and now we're coming up on the Sheltowee Trace. There's a sharp turn in the Sheltowee Trace right here. It comes up from the right here. Indian Arch is just down that way. We're gonna go down that way and check it out. And then the Sheltowee continues out that way. Like I said, right now we're gonna head down this way, check out Indian Arch real quick. Alright, now from Indian Arch, we're going to head back up the Sheltowee Trace, same way we came down to Indian Arch. We're going to take that sharp turn, keep heading out the Sheltowee Trace, and go check out some windows just off the trail. Alright, and then right here along the Sheltowee Trace, there's an unofficial user trail going up to the right there. That'll take you out over towards the top of Indian Staircase, council chambers, some other stuff out that way, and there's some other campsites on out through there too. Really cool stuff, nice views. If you have the Hinterlands book, you can find out more information about all the stuff out that way and other places in the gorge as well. Okay, we're going this way. We're going to keep heading out the Sheltowee Trace and go check out the Sheltowee Trace Windows. Yeah, so coming out to the Sheltowee Trace Windows, there's a lot of downhill. So that means coming back up this way, it's going to be a lot of uphill. Alright, and then right here in this turn, this little switchback going down the hill, Sheltowee Trace is going to continue that way. But the windows we want to see are just back this way. Alright, here we are at the Sheltowee Trace Windows. Kind of small windows, not really much to see, but Still pretty cool though. Beautiful morning, so figure why not come out here, check them out. Alright, and now from here, we're gonna head back out, head back up the Sheltowee Trace. Same way we came down here to the windows, and then swing over to the top of Indian Staircase. Alright, and now from here, let's make that hike back up. Alright, so look at what we missed hiking down here. See this off to the side? Pink lady slipper. Little focus. There it goes. Beautiful. And then right over here, or even more. I think that makes 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's 16 for today. Pretty cool. They like this ridge top. Yeah, that's the cool thing about hiking out and back the same way. Sometimes on the hike back out, you'll see things you didn't see on the hike in. Kind of see it from two different perspectives, two different directions. The light kind of hits different each direction, so pretty cool. It was nice seeing more pink lady slippers out here. It's one of my favorite spring flowers, so been a good day for them so far. Alright, and then right here along the Sheltowee Trace, we're going to take that unofficial user trail I mentioned earlier. Going off up to the right here. Like I said, this is going to take us over to the top of Indian Staircase area, so let's go over there. There's a few things we can check out over here and see, so let's go check it out. Alright, so look what I see right here. Another pink lady slipper. They love this ridgetop area. I knew it'd be a great area to come look for them, find them. It's been a good day out here looking for them. I think this is number 17. And then from right here, I can see a couple more. There's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Right here's the number 23 on lady slippers for the day. Alright, so look right here. Number 24. Number 25. And this one right here hanging out in the shade. Number 26. Alright, we're about halfway around to Indian Staircase. There's a nice view right here. Looking out towards it. Indian Staircase right there going up. We'll be coming in from like this direction, coming out to the top of it over here. We'll check out the views for a minute, take a break, but I think we're going to take a quick break right here in the shade. Let Kane get some water. He's acting like he's a little thirsty. He ain't trying to be on video. But I'm gonna let him get some water, maybe let myself get a little water too, and then continue over to the top of Indian Staircase. Alright, so look what I see just off the trail over here. A couple more lady slippers. I think this is 27, 28. Alright, and then right over here are a couple more also. I think that's 29, 30. And then just over here, 2 more that I can see. It's like 31. This one looks to be a little unwell. Got a little bad spot on it. This would be 31. A lot of lady slippers out here. Oh, 32, 33. Oh, that one ain't in focus. That's hard to see it. There it is. 33. Crazy how many's out here. Alright, so I think I kind of messed up my count back there. I'm short one now. So I think this one right here will be 35, 36, and 37. Check out these beautiful ferns right here. Nice tall green ferns. I love seeing ferns out in the woods. That bright green color. It's like seeing some bright green moss. Yeah, so right now we're passing on dropping down to Council Chambers. We're gonna go straight out to the overlook first, over here at the top of Indian Staircase. We'll also check out Frog's Head, Toad's Head, whatever you want to call it. We'll check it out. That's pretty cool. Somebody did etch it into the rock, and I know a lot of people are against that, but it is pretty cool artwork. I don't mind it if it looks pretty cool, but you're just etching names and stuff. You know, why you gotta do that? Same thing with carving on trees. But if it's some nice artwork, I can appreciate that. But we're gonna keep hiking over here, go check out the views from the top of Indian Staircase. All right, and right here is where the Toad's Head is. Frog's Head, like I said, whatever you want to call it. Zoom in on him a little bit, maybe a little more, show off the detail in it. It's like a peace sign in the eye, pretty cool. And he's up here, just overlooking this valley. Nice view. Okay. All right, and now here we are, the top of Indian Staircase. Nice breeze right now. Yeah, here's a little view looking down Indian Staircase. I know the video doesn't really do it justice on how steep it is, how exposed parts of it are, but not really my cup of tea. It kind of gets to my nerves being out on that exposed rock. I've never been down the staircase, and I've only been up it twice. Not really my thing, but it's good to know your limits. I know you got to kind of push your comfort level sometimes, but you still got to know your limits. Beautiful view over here though. I like hiking over here, just checking out the view. It's a nice hike around through there too. Nice wooded ridge area. Beautiful area in the gorge out here. Me and Kane are going to take a quick break right up here. He's already had some food and water. We're going to sit, enjoy this breeze for a minute before we make the hike back around, down out past the Indian Arch. Alright, now from here at the top of Indian Staircase, we're going to take the unofficial user trail back around to the Sheltowee Trace, same way we hiked over here. Take the Sheltowee Trace down back past Indian Arch, back down to the Bison Way Trail, and back to the Bison Way Trailhead. We'll check out Wildflowers along the way, so let's go see what we can see on our hike out. Alright, so since we skipped on it on the hike over to the top of Indian Staircase, we're going to make a quick detour down to the council chambers. Alright, and here is the council chambers. Pretty large rock shelter down here. And then, as long as there's a little moisture in the area, this little waterfall will be trickling. Beautiful area though. Huge rock shelter. Part of it is kind of fenced off over here to help preserve. I think there's some kind of grass weed that grows over there that they're trying to preserve. So just respect those boundaries. If an area is fenced off, it's probably for a reason. Let's go back here in the back of the rock shelter so you can get a look at how big the council chambers really is. Massive rock shelter. Very peaceful with that little trickle. Good spot to take a break on a warm, sunny day. Alright, so before we leave down here from the council chambers, it's a little warm out here today, so I'm going to cool off in this little trickling waterfall. Get some nice cold water on my head. Woo! Man, feels good. But from here, we're going to hike back out, back around to the Sheltowee Trace, and out down past Indian Arch. Alright, check it out on this tree. There's a little fence lizard. It's kind of hard to see. I know there's contrast. They're quick. If I try to get too close, he's going to run off. Pretty cool though. Alright, now we're coming back out on the Sheltowee Trace. Like I said, from here, we're going to head back this direction, back towards Indian Arch, go down past it, and take the Sheltowee Trace back around to the Bison Way Trail junction. And down past Indian Arch we go. Beautiful arch though. I love the color and the sandstone on it. Beautiful arch. And then from down here on the Sheltowee Trace, down below Indian Arch, you can look up through it. Pretty cool. And I've always liked this cliffside back through here. I don't know why, I just like cliff sides like this. Big steep cliff sides. Nice color. Beautiful. Yeah, there are a lot of newly fallen trees over the trail out through here. I know the past year and a half or so, storms have kind of been pretty bad. Blown a lot of trees down, uprooted trees. It's been pretty crazy, some of the weather, the storms especially. Been getting a lot more flatline winds, even in places like this, in this little holler, whatever you want to call it. Pretty crazy to get flatline winds back here, but I guess it happens, or something, to knock all these trees down. Pretty crazy. Yeah, and if you're looking for the way up to Indian Staircase, if you're coming in from Bison Way Trailhead, taking Bison Way to the Sheltowee Trace, you'll be coming in from this direction. Right here is where you want to cut uphill on the unofficial user trail up to Indian Staircase. This tree is kind of been carved into right there, but there's a trail marker on it right there, and a very visible worn path leading up to Indian Staircase. There's also a little footbridge right up here you'll cross right before you get to this part, coming in from Bison Way. So pretty easy to remember. Kane, come here, stay back. Or whatever, go ahead and cross. All right, check it out. Look what I see just off the trail. It is a yellow lady slipper. Nice. All right, now we're coming up on the junction with the Bison Way Trail and the Sheltowee Trace. I think we might take a quick break right here before we hike back to the Bison Way Trailhead. Some nice shade over there. You can't even read that sign. There's a few signs like that in the gorge that could be replaced. But like I said, we're gonna take a quick break right here before we make that push back to the trailhead. And now back to the Bison Way Trailhead we go. Yeah, pretty much most of the red trillium out here is losing its color, but I still think it's pretty when the color's fading. Kind of gives it a washed, kind of tie-dye looking look to it. Still beautiful. Alright, so we've had a great day out here today. Seen plenty of wildflowers. I think I saw about a total of 37 pink lady slippers. Saw that one yellow one. Tons of trillium. Other wildflowers out through here. Nice variety. Beautiful day. Took in some great views. Saw some cool arches. Great day out here in the gorge. Couldn't ask for a better spring day. Weather wasn't too hot. Caught a little water flowing at different places. Got to cool off in it. Kind of cooled off in that last little mountain spring we crossed back there. It's nice and refreshing. But we're almost back to the Bison Way trailhead now. So from here, we're just gonna load up, head home. But as always, thanks for tagging along with me and the Cane Boy. Till next time.